Hey guys, if you're ever wondering if at one point your motorcycle was riding fine, then suddenly it loses power. Sometimes you even get a burst of power. Well, it could be a multitude of things. It could be a fuel line, fuel pump, air fuel ratio, things like that, like your carburetor is not tuned very well, or it could be electrical. So let's take a look at how we can determine if it is an electrical component, right? So what we're gonna do is real simple. We want to see if there's actually sparks coming out of these coils, right? When you first remove these coils, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove them. That's all we're gonna do, just unplug it. If you and you would expect to have some sort of performance degradation. If you don't have performance degradation, then you know there's something either wrong with that coil, the ignition coil, or maybe even the spark plug. But we do have a tester. You can just test to see if you're getting spark from that coil. If you don't, maybe the ignition coil is bad, right? If you do, then you know that it's a spark plug. It's either or. Very simple, right? So let's get started. We're gonna put on some safety gloves. And then we're just going to start off with these spark plugs that are back here. I don't know if you can see them, right? Maybe I'll do it like this. There we go. And then I'm going to show you if we can see some spark perhaps, okay? Maybe we can even zoom in. Okay. And there we go. All right, so first things first, we're gonna start up the bike, and then we're gonna unplug these. We're gonna connect this. You don't necessarily need to connect this to the ground, but we'll do it just for sanity's sake, right? We could just connect it to like something like this over here. Okay, we're gonna start up the bike, and we're going to go at it. So you see already, this is exactly the type of performance degradation that we expect, right? But the engine really shouldn't shut off, because it should be fully dependent, or at least get some power from the other three coils and the other three spark plugs. So this leads me to believe that there's nothing wrong with this coil or this spark plug, and perhaps there's something wrong with all the other spark plugs and coils. But let's at least test out the coils. So we'll plug this one back in. Start the motorcycle again, and then we'll disconnect the other coils and test those coils for sparks. So no performance degradation. But I'm getting some spark. So that means the ignition coil is good, spark plug is bad. So I was able to get some spark from that one. And as you noticed, the didn't lose any sort of performance. The engine ran just the way it ran, which means the spark plug is bad because we are getting spark on that coil. Okay, let's go and test the other two now. I'm gonna move forward. Okay, I think we are in a good position right here. We'll start the bike again, and we'll perform some more testing again. We'll do the second one, because we'll do the first one. Maybe we'll cut the video short. no performance degradation. When I pulled out that spark plug, we'll plug it back in again. A little bit of performance, but the spark plug probably just sucks. See? A little bit better. Not the best though. You notice how the other one, the engine just shut off completely. That's what we, well, that's not what we expect, but at least that one should have powered it somehow. Now let's check the other one as well. Degradation either, but we are seeing some spark. I don't know if you can see it, but definitely hear it. And that's how you know if there's a spark or not, which means most likely the spark plugs are bad. And it's really, that's it. It's that simple. You just unplug. If you see some performance degradation, then that means everything is good. If you don't see any performance degradation, then that's bad. But you want to know what part of it is bad. Is it the spark plug or is it the coil? You test the coil, and if you see a spark coming into there, that means the coil is good, is doing its job. What's between the coil and the engine and the gas is the spark plug, and that's really it. So you saw what the problem is. I think we can all conclude that the spark plugs are bad, the ignition coils are fine. We got the sparks from the coils. Every time we pulled the first one out, that shut off the entire engine. Seems like that entire engine is supported by that one spark plug. Now, when we took out the second one that's right next to it, we saw no performance degradation, but we did get a spark from the coil, so that means the spark plug is bad. The third one, the one that was on the outside of the second side, we saw a little bit of performance degradation, which means maybe the spark plug is okay, but it's not great. It's not as good as the first one, at least, because the first one was just immediately shut off the engine. And then the fourth one, which was on the inside of the second side, clearly there was no issue with the ignition coil, but the problem was with the spark plug, obviously. So what we're going to do is change the spark plugs, and hopefully we'll get a nice smooth motorcycle engine running, so that you don't have any issues trying to gain some speed and trying to evade any danger as well. So keep that in mind. Right, thanks for watching.